Greetings. It's a beautiful morning here today because I actually got some decent sleep last night. Yeah. And because I haven't poked my head out to see what the weather's like. Yeah. But life is good. Life is good. James said, "Consider it all joy when you encounter various trials and tribulations." And Paul said that when you have the Spirit of God in you, you have love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness. And I just want to share that. I haven't done a lot of sharing for a long time. But this morning I was just thinking, I have a weird sense of humor. Most of you know that. And I was thinking about the word diet. I mean, what does that word mean? Like, usually we think somebody's trying to lose weight. Now, I'm a diabetic, so I'm on a special diet. It's a lot easier today than it was 30, 40 years ago. All these low sugar, no sugar added foods. We didn't have those a long time ago. But diet just means whatever you eat. It doesn't have to mean you're trying to lose weight. A football player, a basketball player, a weightlifter, they might be trying to add weight. Depends on what position they play, what sport they play, how they play it. When you think of diet, do you think of low fat? Doesn't help a diabetic. Well, it might. Low fat's good overall. But you need to have a certain amount of fat. If you ever watch any of these Alaska TV shows, they'll talk about how you have to have a lot of fat in your diet to withstand the winters. I guess that's why I'm so big, because I came from Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin, north central, whatever. A lot of fat in my diet. I don't know. Low sugar, does that mean it's diet? Yeah, probably. A diet cola. When I order a diet soda, sometimes I'm given a regular soda. Occasionally, when I ask to swap to a diet, I'm told something like, usually it's not a problem, but every once in a while I encounter a server that says, "Oh, you don't need diet all the time. A regular soda is a nice change. Just enjoy it." Some people are so ignorant that they don't realize a diabetic can't have a regular soda. Diabetics drink a regular soda to avoid they drink a diet soda to avoid sugar, not because they need a diet. Then again, diet doesn't mean diet. We're all on a diet. That's just a word that specifies what you eat. Okay, why am I rambling about all this? Well, what do words mean? Words mean something different to different people. I've talked about this one before. But all of that was just a preface to this concept of what is a Christian? What does it mean? Does it mean they were born in a Christian country? By the way, that's no longer America. Polls say, yeah, not the majority. To an evangelical, does it mean born again? Does it mean that to somebody else? Does it mean they go to church? Does it mean they obey the Ten Commandments and the Golden Rule? How do you define Christian? How do the people around you define Christian? In my opinion, there's no simple definition. I'm going to suggest an important indicator. Make that two important indicators. I mean, there are many other things we could look at, but two come to mind right off. One, to me, a Christian is somebody who is working at growing in knowledge of God and in their maturity as a Christian. Trying to grow in knowledge of God and maturity as a Christian. Trying to grow. That's the key. Um, yeah, enough said. Are you studying the Bible? Are you thinking about it or just reading it sometimes? Do you read it with your mind open, or do you read it saying, I already know this one, got this one down? Um, the second thing I wanted to talk about was really where I was headed from the beginning of this rambling, and that's to a Christian. How do I determine a Christian? I'm going to look at what are their priorities. And I know every Christian says, well, God's first. Well, not always. They don't. They may say it, but they don't really mean it. What do you spend the most time on? Well, Velcro, that's no fair. I work 40 hours a week. I work 50 hours a week. I work 60 hours a week. And if you subtract, um, 8 hours a day for sleeping, that's 56 hours out of my 168. So that only leaves me 112. And if I'm working 50 hours a week, that only leaves me 62 hours. And I got to have time for family. I got to have time to relax. I don't have as much time to spend on God as you seem to think. Well, once upon a time, I was a working man. Had a family. Big family, unusual family. A lot of special needs going on. I still found time to serve God and take care of my family, and provided income for a single income family that, like I say, we adopted some children and we had special issues, and I still found time to serve God. Serving God, what does that mean? Well, sometimes it means just encouraging other Christians. I'm an evangelist, but I think everyone should be evangelists to some degree, but encouraging Christians, that can be a very important ministry. But a lot of people say, well, I encourage people. I'm real positive and happy and upbeat, and I encourage people. Well, encouraging people means you get to know a little about them, figure out what's going on in their life, maybe try and help them. And help. Hey, Americans, please, it isn't always about your money. You don't have to help with your money. But how about a little time? How about a little time? Just taking somebody out to eat. If you can't afford it, ask them if they can afford to buy it. Tell them, I just want to spend some time with you, get to know you. Yeah. Just spend time with Christians. That's encouraging enough. A little pet peeve of mine is a lot of people say, you can count on me. If you ever need me, you let me know and I'll be there. But they don't mean that. It's always an excuse to why they can't be there. Are you a man or a woman of your word? If you say, you can count on me, I'll be there. Can I? Can I count on you? How many times have you said no? Yesterday, I got a phone call from somebody 1,000 miles away, and they wanted somebody to go sit with their parent in the hospital, elderly, a little bit of disassociation from life, and I can't go. I suppose I could have found a way, but I called on somebody, and I knew she'd go, and she did. I could see it in her eyes when I asked her. I'm doing something. She was over here at our house visiting, and I could see it in her eyes. I'm doing something. But she said, yeah, I can do it. Are you willing to help people? Are you healthy? In the summer, could you mow somebody's yard? In the winter, can you shovel somebody's sidewalk? One problem that some older people have is carrying groceries in from their car. Find out when they go grocery shopping. And you don't have to do their shopping for them. Maybe they need help, but not a lot. But sometimes those beggars forget that older people can't always carry big heavy bags. What if you were there ready to carry those into the house? You have to get to know somebody before they'll let you do that. Typical Christian American, typical American, leave the word Christian out of it. What's our focus in life? In no particular order, enjoying life, making money, finding time to relax. Is that enjoying life? Whatever. Top 2 or 3 things in our life is making money and enjoying life. Christians, our priorities are not always what we think they are, but what we live. What does your life say about your priorities? God bless you. Thanks for watching. Bye.